Over the past 9 months, I have been making videos on a regular basis. This has been a challenge that I set forth for myself in the year of 2021. This has been quite the challenge, and I will continue it until the end of the year. There may be some time taken off before the end of the year, but now that it is October, I am starting to hard plan out my schedule for 2022. I have a general plan that I would like to share with you all today, and stay tuned to the end of the video for some exciting news. During 2022, I want to up the production rate of my videos. Editing can be a torture. It can also take hours to get everything just right at times. As you know, I work a part-time job and have an eBay business. Since I want the quality to be better, something else has to give at some point. So there will be a different release schedule to accommodate not only this, but a few new projects that will be started in the coming year. So let's take the logical step and take this day by day. Mondays. I still like to keep Mondays free to catch up on editing and responding to emails and comments. I haven't been great at getting back to y'all in the comments, and I need to change this. Having one day a week where I blow through all of them and respond rather than just responding in my mind alone would be a good step in correcting this behavior. As for the comments that I haven't responded to, I will be doing video responses to those comments. So basically it's going to be me sitting in front of in front of the camera just doing responses to comments left on my videos. Tuesdays. We are not getting rid of tarot talks. We are still going through the Rider-Waite-Smith deck until we finish. We are going to make this an every other week lineup though. There isn't a ton of editing that goes into these videos, so I may be able to get through these videos quickly. I will no longer be doing deck reviews on a scheduled basis. Instead, I will put those ones in at random times. Also, I wanted to note that doing a deck review every month can get costly. Wednesdays. Again, Witchy Wednesdays are going to stay, but they're going to be staggered for opposite weeks as the Tarot Talk videos. These videos, depending on the week, need more research than others, so I want to be sure I'm giving good information. I also want to do more hands-on types of videos on Witchy Wednesdays as well. This means spellcrafting and showing the spellcrafting as well as the usual informative types of videos which we have had in the past. Though I haven't done many spellcrafting videos in the past, Spelltember was fun with doing the hands-on videos, especially this past week's, which was the candle spell. I thoroughly enjoyed editing that content and doing the voiceover and everything. It was absolutely a blast to do, and I want to do more videos in that manner. So look forward to those on Wednesdays. Thursdays. I think Table Talk Thursdays are a great way to foster the community. So they are staying and will be staggered the same weeks as Tarot Talk Tuesdays. I'm going to expand on this, but I'll say more about that in a bit. If you can't tell, I have notes, extensive notes here. Fridays. I'm batting around doing something for Fridays, but I think I might want to talk about that in a minute as well. Saturdays. This too is staying, but again is staggering. These videos will be staggered with the Witchy Wednesday videos. This gives me more time to read the chapter, so there is not as much of a rush. Depending on the consensus of the community and the chapter at hand, we may also do multiple chapters at a time. So instead of a 1 hour video of me breaking down a chapter, we might do 2 chapters. It might be 2 hours or an hour and a half, something like that. But we go through 2 chapters and we just meet around every other week. Sundays. Sundays are a unique day that I'm going to discuss in just a second. But first, the big project. And I've hinted to this in the past, but I have been working on this project for quite some time. So here we go. Before I talk about the Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, I want to talk about Christo-Paganism. As Christo-Pagans, we sit in a unique position. We are largely cast out of the Christian community due to our belief in the duality of deities. We do have some acceptance in the pagan community, and it's getting better in just the past decade that I have been practicing. There are people who still have the urge to go to church, but may not feel comfortable going to church due to the judgment that they get from the Christian church. I have seen so many people ask if there are any Christo-Pagan churches. Since I have found so few of them out there, and by the way, I have found 2, and I don't know if one is still running, and I never saw the service for the other one, so I can't really speak on the experience that you'd have there. Since this connection with other Christo-Pagans is something that I have seen people ask for and is an underlying point of this channel, I am starting a Christo-Pagan church here on YouTube. I will be releasing videos on how these services are being structured and would suggest them being watched prior to January 2nd so we are all on the same page. This has been something that I've been working on for the past year to set up the way that the services will be structured from a Catholic to a Gnostic to Protestant to Wiccan. I have looked at the structures and have chosen to formulate it in more of a Protestant type of service, but I will get more into that when the videos themselves air. And I will be airing those on the Christo-Pagan Sundays, so those will be coming out within the next few weeks, if not this coming week. So instead of our normal Christo-Pagan Sundays, you'll see those ones. This is not something that I ever expect to become a huge mega church, but I feel a calling to do this to continue trying to foster the community for the Christo-Pagans out there. But that's not all, though. If you can't spend the time with us on YouTube, don't worry. I got you covered, boo. The services will also be aired in a podcast form as the Christo-Pagan Podcast. Also, on the podcast on Wednesdays, our Christo-Pagan Sunday studies will be aired. The reason I'm doing these on Wednesday and not on Sundays is solely because having 2 shows dropping on the same day is just weird for the algorithm and for podcast releases. If you would like to support Christo-Paganism.com and the budding church, you can support it through Patreon. I have finished setting up the Patreon tiers, and it is open for patrons. You can donate as little as $5 a month and be considered a church founder. With this, you will get a lot of perks. So, let me stop there, go off script. Let's take a drink here. Refreshing Pepsi, not sponsored. Pepsi, get at me, I'll hawk your shit. So, I have not done the be-all, end-all of Patreon tiers. That will come in January, and I'll speak more about that in the future, what the different tiers are going to be. This is if you want to get on the ground level of, starting this church, $5 a month. That's all it's going to cost you. If you want to donate more, there's ones that you can click to donate more, but you are not obligated by any means for that. So let's go down the perks. Number 1, you get access to our Discord. That's right, we have a Discord server now. You know how I said I would revisit the Table Talk Thursdays later? It's later. Each day, in an effort to foster community with each other, I will post a question from the Big Book of If. If you haven't seen it before, it's been behind me for quite a while, but it has a lot of questions in there and everything. It's kind of like the Table Talk cube, except book form, and a lot more. So I'm going to be posting a question from there, and just to give you an example of one of the questions, one of them starts out as, if you had to repeat the worst thing you've ever said to your mother, what was it? So it's really kind of digging into some of who we are, how our lives have molded us to become who we are today, and where we're going, kind of tying us all together as the table talks do. This is just a fun way of having a conversation with others. If you haven't been on Discord before, it can be fun. We had one for the Pagan Perspective. I absolutely enjoy it. And I want us to have fun with it. It isn't all fun and games, though. The founders will also be the ones that I go to for suggestions. And this, again, is until January. So keep that in mind. Such as, what are we going to name the church? I have a name in mind, but I wanted it to be a community thing. You get to help me name something that I hope continues long after I'm gone. I don't intend on going anywhere anytime soon. You can also suggest and vote on parts of the website, such as the topics we cover. You will be leaned on for answers. If you want to be part of the Discord but don't have the funds to be a founder, don't worry. There will be a free section of the Discord as of the new year. Patreon founders will be the decision makers with the early access to the server, though. So, in other words, if you are a founder on Patreon, you get first shot at everything. You get to help decide everything, how we do everything, all that stuff. Everything, like I said, I want this to be a community involvement, so the more people we have, the better it's going to end up becoming. And if you can't donate to Patreon, don't worry, you'll get access to the server in the new year for free. Also, number 2, here we go. You get early access to our Facebook group for the church. Yes, we have a Facebook group now too, or we will. Once we have a name figured out, there will be a Facebook group made for the church. I know not everyone has access to Discord, or they don't like going in between apps on their phone. Trust me, I understand. It's a pain. Many of us have access to Facebook, though, and since it will be a private group, nobody will be outed as a Christo-Pagan, since this can be damaging depending on where you live and your life situation. Again, as of the new year, this will be accessible to people who are vetted and wish to be in the group. If any of you are in Mama Squirrel's Facebook group, it will be a lot like the vetting process there. Number 3. As a patron, you will also get all videos early and the occasional Friday video. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Friday thing. Okay. I, like so many others, have always wanted the big grimoire of everything that I find for my practice. So I will be creating grimoire pages. I always love watching these types of videos and would like to do those at least for every other week. And since I've written this, I think it might also end up being once a month, because that doing a grimoire page and filming it and then editing it can be a little extensive. So it might be once a month, but we're going to play that by ear. Let's see, where was I here? This will only be on Patreon videos for now, so if that is something that you would like to see, then join for those at the beginning of the year. It's not going to happen between now and the end of the year. There's still a lot for me to do on this end of getting everything ready. Let's continue. This year, again, will be a very loaded year, and I'm batting around the idea of a monthly newsletter as well. This one I will need help with since I'm going to be pretty darn busy during this year. I'm thinking of some tarot readings, a life lesson, maybe a piece of spell work, and a prayer chain or spell working request section. This is something that will be open to everyone, regardless of their Patreon status. But again, this is something that the founders will be voting on how to handle, such as what we include, what we don't include, as far as what categories, not necessarily what articles. If I don't have help, the help for this, then it won't go through, because I just simply will not have the time to work on that and everything else. So, in other words, if you want to be just part of the newsletter, let me know, and we'll get moving around on that. I think that would be something that would be fun, especially for those creative writers out there. If you are a creative writer, then let me know. Yeah, that would be an awesome way to involve the community. And, if you are an artist or a poet, hell, if you're an artist and you want to put your art in there as a little feature in a newsletter, that would be amazing. I would love to share people's artwork with the community and have a central location where everybody can go say, hey, I wrote a piece of poetry. Can you put it in the newsletter? And, have it run in that. So it exposes people to your poetry and might have a huge impact on certain individuals. So if that's something that you're interested in, I think that would be so much fun. Anyway, back to my notes. Just to be clear, after the new year, you will be able to get in on the decision making. The founder patrons will be part of the early decision making process. After the new year, anyone will have voting rights within the church and the website. If it gets to a point where coordinating everything gets to be a little too much, I may even need to hire someone to assist in the production. The Patreon funds will be used to pay a wage to this individual. This right now is far down the road. And just so you know, if I were to pay somebody to help me with any handling of the church or any production needs or anything like that, if I were to pay somebody, I refuse, absolutely will refuse to pay them not a livable wage. I cannot just sit there idly by and think that tossing somebody $5 is enough to pay their wage. No, not happening. So yeah, that's basically where I sit on that. With all that being said, I have previously stated that when I reach 1,000 subscribers, I would do a giveaway. If you haven't noticed, I haven't done this yet, and now is the time to do it. So, here's the criteria. Below this video, if you are already a subscriber, this does not apply to anybody who is not a subscriber yet. And every once in a while, if you don't know, I do giveaways every so often, and you have to be subscribed for that. I will check. So, in the comments below, I want you to put in the comment section what day you are most excited for this new release. Are you excited about, or what you are most excited about this whole new release schedule and everything? Are you excited about the podcast so you can listen to it in the car? Are you excited about the Discord server with the daily ifs from the big book of if? Are you excited about that? Are you excited about a staggered schedule? Are you excited about a newsletter? I think the newsletter would be awesome. I think it would be so much fun especially if you're an artist or a writer. I think that would be awesome. But just tell me what you are most excited about in the comment section down below here. For future giveaways, make sure that you hit subscribe. It's right over here. Hit that bell notification. Hit that like, dislike button. Doesn't matter to me at all. Appease the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail the algorithmic gods of YouTube. But let me just say this. This giveaway will run until October 31st, 2021. If you are in a different time zone, I don't know exactly how I'm going to handle that. I'll probably wait until the 1st to actually do the poll. But, matter of fact, this is totally unscripted, and I actually had the whole script done. The 1st is a Monday. The 1st of November is Monday. So, when you comment, as long as if it's before November 1st, I'm going to count it. If I come to my computer on November 1st and I have another comment show up, we're going to get a little dicey on whether or not we're going to include it. So get that in there early. Comment in this. I will only be checking just this video for those comments. So get that in. I had some notes on this though. Hold on 1 second. Only current subscribers will be an authorized entry. I will be doing a recorded reveal and will check it against the subscriber list. This giveaway will close on the 31st of October 2021, so be sure to get your entry in. I will send it to anywhere in the world, so it doesn't matter where I need to send the package. It's probably going to be, I haven't picked out all the stuff yet, it's probably going to be a large flat rate box. So if it costs me $100 to ship it, it costs me $100 to ship it. This is what I promised to y'all because I said, hey, I'm going to do a giveaway. And if it costs $20 to ship it, I'll send it. I don't care. I want to make sure that I live up to the promise that I set way back when I said if I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway. And I'm going to do a giveaway, damn it. And I did say that I might take some time off between now and the end of the year. And I'm thinking about doing some time in December. So that is something that I may address in the future. I did talk about that whenever we end the Outer Temple Witchcraft, that I'm going to take a couple weeks off of doing the book club series, the Witchy Book Club series. Just a couple weeks. We're going to take some time off. We're going to regroup. May go to another book. Looks like people are starting to lean towards doing another book. And then we'll come back to the Temple series later. After we do another book. So, yeah. We'll discuss that. Maybe there's going to be a poll. Maybe it'll be on Patreon. I don't know. But let me know what you think of this new lineup down in the comments section down below. Will you be a part of the Discord? Will you be part of the Facebook group? Will you listen to the Wednesday podcasts where we do the Christo-Pagan studies with the Nag Hammadi texts and the canonical scriptures, commonly used in churches and whatnot? Will you listen to the podcast on those days? Do you want all the videos to be in podcast form? Kind of hard with a show and tell type of video, but maybe. Let me know in the comments below. These are only rough drafts of the plan for the next year, but I do need to do a staggered Tuesday, Thursday, and Wednesday, Saturday, with Sunday being an every Sunday type of deal. And stay tuned for the service outlines for that. Will you be a contributor to the newsletter, or will you be a Patreon founder? Let me know in the comments below. Hit me up. Hit that like button. Hit that bell notification. Appease the algorithmic gods of YouTube. All hail. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.